Tonight, 9 investigates. Channel 9 uncovered the man charged with killing Iryna Zarutska on the light rail was put on a list to get early release from prison back during COVID. Our government reporter, Joe Bruno, made the connection. He joins us now in the studio to explain. Joe?
So back in the height of COVID, the ACLU and NAACP sued Governor Roy Cooper, calling for inmates to be released because of the pandemic. The parties settled and 3,500 prisoners were granted early release. The list of those 3,500 people was never made public. Today, I confirmed DeCarlos Brown was on it. Despite being on the list, prison officials say he wasn't released because of it.
DeCarlos Brown is a household name after police say he stabbed Iryna Zarutska to death on the light rail in Charlotte last summer. But he spent most of his adult life in and out of trouble and had a stint in state prison after being convicted of robbery with a dangerous weapon in 2015. Brown was serving some of that sentence during the COVID pandemic. Roy Cooper was governor at the time, and activists sued him, demanding the early release of state prisoners because of the fear of coronavirus. The parties settled in 2021, with the Cooper administration agreeing to release 3,500 people. Channel 9 has obtained part of the list. On it is DeCarlos Brown's inmate number and an early release date of February 15, 2021. But the North Carolina Department of Adult Corrections says Brown's placement on the list had nothing to do with when he was released. NCDAC says Brown was released on September 20th, 2020 after completing his mandatory minimum sentence, and he was put on post-release supervision. On February 6, 2021, Brown was arrested again, but instead of being sent back to prison, the hearing officer reinstated his post-release supervision. That was on February 15th. 10 days later, the settlement agreement was signed. DAC says the settlement allowed the state to count offenders retroactively, and that's how Brown ended up on the list. Roy Cooper is the leading Democrat in the U.S. Senate race, and a spokesperson says anyone claiming Cooper allowed Brown to be released early is lying, saying in a statement, "Roy Cooper is the only candidate who spent his career prosecuting violent criminals and keeping thousands of them behind bars as Attorney General and signing tough-on-crime laws and stricter pretrial release bail policy as governor." Republican Senate leader Phil Berger is questioning why Cooper never released this list and who the 3,499 other people are on it. He wants to know how many were convicted of violent crime, like DeCarlos Brown was.
Who else is out there and was out there and has been out there for a number of years of danger?
Brown is currently in federal custody. Next week, House lawmakers have called Charlotte officials to testify about his case and other public safety issues in Charlotte. In the studio, Joe Bruno, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.